Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve. And today I'm going to be going over the quote Lunalight thing. I don't know how to describe it, but pretty much in the OCG there currently is a quote Lunalight deck going around. And when I say Lunalight deck, what I really mean is they're using like a handful of Lunalights to make probably one of the best rank 4 engines post Master Rule 4. And if you don't know what I mean by that, opening a combination of Tiger, Kaleido Chick, sometimes Yellow Martin, and Foolish Burial Goods. If you open any two different one of those, except I think I think you can open Yellow Martin. If you open any two different one of those, you have access not to just one, but two rank 4s, which is really cool. And it is what I wanted to go over because in the OCG, they have a lot nicer things. A perfect example is the combos they're doing in the OCG, we can't do because the rank up magic that grabs itself back from grave is banned. We don't have the Raid Raptor link, and we don't know when we're going to get it, but we know when we're going to get the Lunalights. We don't know when we're getting like all the Utopia support that helps search those cards. And Utopia Kaiser, well, we have it in the TCG. It is a prize card, making it pretty much inaccessible, making this combo like either super expensive or super weak. So it's like they have access to this insane deck that's putting up a field of quite literally Cyber Dragon Infinity and Utopic Zexal, and they made Cyber Dragon Infinity just because it allows them to make Zexal, which is insane. So their ending boards are insane, and with the Kaiser, they're getting a pop on their opponent's turn, and they're like putting up two Raid Raptor towers. It's ridiculous. Like, it really is just that insane, the combos you can do in that deck. But the problem is in the TCG, we don't have access to like 90% of the cards I mentioned. One of them is just because a card is banned, and it's actually kind of interesting that TCG, whenever they ban the rank up magic, people in TCG were like, what was the point of that? And as it turns out, it was actually the right hit, because the thing about Zexal is, even though it's stupid and should have been banned, there are other cards that abuse rank up magics in the hand. And because of that, even if you take away Zexal, it has a lot of dumb combos anyways. So, anyways, let's get into this. So, triple Tiger, triple Kaleido Chick, double Martin, and one Emerald Bird. I know a lot of people don't like this one, but I do, because this is a mill version of the deck. And what I mean by mill is, this one focuses a lot on Kagasuchi to get as a starter. So if you mill this, it's like an extender, because it revives any of your Lunalights in the grave. Or Banish too, which haven't used that one. But it's kind of like just milling an extra extender. And the reason I'm going with 2 Martin instead of 1, because you only need 1, is because you need it for Called by the Grave. If you can get really far behind with Called by the Grave in this deck. So I didn't want to just like lose this, and that was kind of it. It was kind of like how Clown Blade works. Even though you only need 1 Clown and 1,000 Blade, kind of wanted to play 2 because you could always just lose them to an opponent's card effects. But anyways, so let's say you open a hand of Kaleido Chick and Tiger. So you normal summon Kaleido Chick, send Martin to the grave right here. Then you activate Tiger to revive that Martin. Then you make a rank 4. Normally it's Kagasuchi. When you do that, you mill 5. And if you've milled any extender, or can summon any extender, you just continue. But what you can also do is make the Raid Raptor link, search Singulanius, which is an extender, and then that makes your link 2. And then what you can go ahead and do is Martin is like a Blackwing Zephyros for Lunalight cards. While it's in the hand or grave, you can bounce anything that's Lunalight to summon it from the grave, but it banishes itself when it leaves the field. Now, what you do is you bounce the Tiger to summon it, then you activate the Tiger again in scale, and then activate its effect again because this is a soft once per turn. Then you overlay these two to make sure this never gets banished. And then you'll special summon Kagasuchi if you go for the bird play I was talking about earlier. So that's really cool. Like, every turn you have access to 2 rank 4s with this engine. And like, if you're going Kagasuchi, Extender, Link Away, and then make another Kagasuchi, you're milling like 10 cards. And that's insane because there's a lot of mill targets in here. And then for the search targets for Forstrix, Zephyros to act as another Martin. You just want to abuse Tiger as many times per turn as possible, which is why in this version there's no Wolf, nor the fusion targets in the extra deck, which what I'm probably going to end up doing is putting them back in, just because if you don't get to what I came up with the win condition, you kind of just want to have a big dumb monster they can't deal with. So that might happen again, but this is just to act as like another Martin. And you just want to resolve Tiger as many times as possible per turn. And then Singularity, it just summons itself when you search it with this guy. Pretty cool. And Triple Summoner Monk. This is another way to get to Kaleido Chick. There's 9 ways to get to Tiger. And there's like 12 ways to get to Kaleido Chick, which is really strong. Triple Mizuki as a mill target, and then Necroworld Banshee just to activate Zombie World. Because like late in the combo that I've come up with, you're going to need to revive the Raid Raptor Forstrix from your graveyard. And since you can't really search any of the rank up magics, you're kind of just hope to mill. Which is kind of unfortunate, but if you mill Zombie World, you can do it like that. And there's a lot of mill power in here, like Curious, Minerva, double Kagasuchi. You can mill like half your deck turn 1, and that works. And Armageddonite, this one, I'm not sure it actually belongs in the deck. It's like, your hand has to be bad. Oh, no, your hand has to be good, but have no Lunalights in it for this guy to be good. But what he really is good in is if you mill him while you have Zombie World and Mizuki in grave, or Zombie World on field and Mizuki in grave. That's the only time he's really good. Otherwise, he's kind of lackluster. Silent Boots, he's part of the combo. Triple Wolf and 1 Felice. Extenders to mill. Snow is an extender or a disruption. So that's really good. Extender, again, another extender. But this one in the grave searches anything. Triple Foolish Burial Goods. And extender sends either this one or this one, which is really nice. Tinky, starter, very good. Searches the whole Lunalight engine, or these guys if you want to, which you probably won't. And then 2 Zombie World, this should probably be at 1. But obviously, if you mill it without milling the Banshee, that sucks. Yeah, it's just nice. It's better to open Zombie World than to actually have to force a Curious play to go into Banshee. So this is probably better. And then quick launch. I'll explain what this does. But the problem with Utopia Zexal with the rank up magics is in order to use it, you have to discard a normal spell. And from what I can gather, there's effectively no way to search any of the normal rank up magics reliably, I should say, like turn 1. Yeah, there's like no way to do that reliably, and more importantly, even when that card was unbanned, you still had to make a rank 5, which is kind of tricky for this deck. But either way, this one works. I'll explain the combo once we're done. Foolish Burial, an extender. This card, if it's milled in it summons any of your Lunalights from deck. Very, very strong. And it makes Foolish Burial of Goods a starter too. And then Shade Brigading. The only other trap in this deck banishes itself from the graveyard, so it's a good extender. Alright. So I guess let's get started into this combo. So what you're going to do is well, let me explain the extra deck first. Sorry. Proxy Dragon Underclock to help you make this guy. Curious. Then Boral Sword. Very, very small amount of links, just because this is mostly a rank 4 deck. Then we got Kagasuchi, double of them, Minerva. The reason you're playing 2 of this is because there are a lot of turns where you can make 2 of them. You link away the first one, and then later on make the second one before you activate Zombie World, which is good. And Minerva's a hard once per turn, so you only play 1. And then Utopic Future. Since Mizuki can revive all your XEs and none of them are actually number monsters, this one's pretty cool. Force Tricks for the combo. As a thought for the combo. Karen Gorgon. I just need like a defensive XE for this slot. I don't know what's good, but this one doesn't need darks like Nightmare. And it also has attack, so it's like proactive. And it's also a dark, so it'll trigger Bardish. That's just how I feel. And Tornado Dragon, you can... A lot of the times I actually use it to destroy my own stuff, like Zombie World, so I can summon Kagasuchi again. Or Tiger, so because if Tiger is also destroyed, it also revives a Lunalight. But that effect is a hard once per turn. So it's like... Again, abuse Tiger as much as possible in this deck. Amaterasu, the only situations you make this is when you're going for game, but in those situations it's actually really good. This is also a reason why I probably should play like a few hand traps, like maybe Triple Ash Blossom or something like that, because if you banish it with Snow, if you like use Snow as an extender during your standby phase, you can recycle them. And then next, finally, Savage Dragon. We know when we're getting it, which is why I put it in here. We're getting it February, I believe. And this one's nice because it's just negation, and you make it with Felice. And you can send Felice with Curious. So that's not a problem. So I guess I should explain the combo. So I'll just separate the cards. You go normal summon this, for cost send this, and then resolve it to not fusion summon. Activate Tiger, revive this, and then you make the Raid Raptor XE to search, where is it? This. So you'll summon those 2, then you'll go into Underclock. You'll activate Tiger again. And this time you'll revive Kaleido Chick. And then you use Kaleido Chick again, send whatever you want, except I don't believe you can send Kaleido Chick because it's going to be the same name. So never send that because I don't know if you can or not. So you'll like send another Martin. Then you will crap, what was a route? So anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to put 3 darks on the field, which is fairly easy to do, because the underclock is 2 of the 3. And then if you have like a dark extender, like if you use Summoner Monk, here's a perfect example. Tiger Summoner Monk spell, that'll get you there. You'll make Rusty Bardish. You'll send the boots to set this, and it'll activate. And then you'll banish the boots to search this. And pretty much what you're going to do now is you're going to mill with like Curious or Kagasuchis or Minervas until you can get access to Banshee or Mizuki, I should say. And with all the extenders, it's pretty easy to get there. And then once you're done milling and you have an open link zone or extra monster zone, you're going to activate Zombie World, and then you're going to activate Mizuki to revive this out of your graveyard. Then you're going to set this. Then on their turn, during their main phase, when they make their first action, you activate this to summon Azathoth. And for that turn, they can't use monster effects. So you now have a board of like several of like Kagasuchi, like quite a few rank 4s and a bunch of links, and they can't do any monster effects about it. But also, it senses the dark. If you summon it to a zone this points to, it'll pop their only play they made. Like, say they normal summoned Armageddonite. They activate. You chain this, summon this. They send their thing. They can't do anything else that turn. And then you pop their Armageddonite, which was their only monster. And now they're, like, pretty much out of the game. Because the next turn, you can just link away all your stuff. You can mill some more, try to get more Mizukis and Wolves. It's just really powerful. The whole point of this deck is it just uses your graveyard for free. And it has so much mill power you can get there. But if you can't take my word for it, I'm just going to show you some replays because everyone loves replays. So I believe this is when I added the Lightsworn engine. Yeah, so as you can see here, like Tiger Kaleidochick just mills this. And then, since I milled a bird, which is why I like this card, I can revive this, and this makes an Underclock Taker. Yeah, so that makes an Underclock Taker. And then, yeah, now that I have access to 2 Tiger, I can make the Rusty Bardish. So we're just going to fast forward here. Pretty much now what's going to happen is I'm going to get to do the full combo. So yeah, it's going to be the full combo. Mill more. There's a wolf. I get a draw. Yeah, it's just getting gross. There we go. On his turn, I just do this. And like, he can't do anything this turn. And then next, I mill some more. Get more extenders. I believe this one I lag out. But pretty much what was going to happen here is, what I was going to do is I was going to make this F0, and then I had a Mizuki and another Tiger effect and a Martin effect, so I could make 2 more rank 4s. And not only could I do that, but since I could make F0, I could take this and use that as the Borreload defense guy. So there's one play. This one, I believe I mill the rank up. So what I just do instead is just summon a lot of monsters. This person was legitimately shocked that you could play Lunalights without actually fusion summoning. There's a curious play. Banshee, mill. I actually forget to use the bird that time. I used the tiger. I haven't put the counter on it yet. There it goes. Yeah, there I go. I mill it. And this is something to keep in mind. If you have Banshee in graveyard, try to save it. Try to save Zombie World till after you summon Kagasuchi, because this requires Beast Warriors. So, on its summoned, it'll mill 5, but then you just chain Banshee to activate the Zombie World so you don't mill it, which is important. So that's how I made that line of play. Sent Zephyros so I can abuse this card again. Mill 3, Mizuki, Proxy Dragon. I forget that, I think it was there where I forget that I milled the rank up magic. So I just send on a Borreload with a bunch of links. Borreload Savage Dragon, I should say. With a bunch of links. And then next turn I could make 2 more rank 4s. Which is, no, I think might be 3. Well, Amaterasu. So probably around 2 to 3 mark I could do. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and watching me make Lunalight something they're not. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. And remember, Master Dinnerflax will take your soul.